Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying Boot Camp with Julie. I am super excited to be sharing some information with you today. And I wanted to give you all a congrats for doing what you're doing. This training, I think, will be a game changer for all of you in your Young Living business. And I want to wish you all the very best of luck. Today, I'm going to be talking about follow-up, chapter 10 in the game plan book. And for me, follow-up was a big struggle when I first started my Young Living business. I didn't have training, I didn't have the techniques to really go forward, knowing how to do it really in a manner that I think was important to grow my Young Living business and know the importance of follow-up and that it's a big part of my growing my Young Living business and growing my check. But first of all, one of the oils I want to start out with, because I think this is going to help you guys also. If you haven't tried Valor, before you're going to be doing your follow-up, this is the oil you need to give a try. I love this oil. It's amazing. It is the Courage oil. This is the one that will get you through your fears. It'll build confidence in you. Smells amazing. This is just one of my favorite oils. And I love just putting it on the back of my neck. Anytime I'm feeling little anxious or worried or fearful or lacking confidence, I get my Valor out. So let's get going. A little bit about follow-up, and some of the things that Sarah talks about in chapter 10 is there's two different parts of follow-up. That is from prospecting to people that are already members in your organization. So let's start out with prospecting and the importance of follow-up when you're prospecting. So I'm going to give you an example here. So most of you have been sharing your oils, getting samples in people's hands. Maybe you're borrowing your diffuser. That is awesome. That is a great way of prospecting, getting samples in people's hands, letting them have their own experience with the oils. But do you connect with them once you've given that sample to them? Of course, with a diffuser, it's a great way because you got to get your diffuser back. So you do have to follow up with them. So I always tell people, borrow your diffuser. So say you gave somebody a sample of lavender and you say, I'm just curious. If I gave you a sample of lavender, would you want to try it before bed tonight? Simply just put a couple drops on each of your feet before you go to bed. And I'll follow up with you in a couple days to see how you slept. Not too many people are going to say no to that because I have found most people that I have prospect always have these sleep issues where I don't get a full night's sleep. I'm waking up, blah, blah, blah. So I always like to give a sample of lavender to a lot of people. Plus, lavender is great for young moms with babies or children, and it's a universal oil. So once if they say yes to using my lavender, trying my lavender sample, I'll say to them, like I said, I'll follow up with you in a couple days. And literally I do. I call them up and say, how did you sleep last night? Or the last couple nights? What do you think of lavender? And start getting to know that person and letting them talk. And I tell you, follow-up is important to be a good listener when you're doing follow-up. It's about them and not me. It's about them and not you. So let them do the talking. And you just ask the questions to get to know them better, to know what their needs are and their wants. Because once you know that, you can point them into resources and you can start educating them about the essential oils and also other products with Young Living. So that's how I handle follow-up when I'm prospecting. I'm always trying to connect after I get a sample in their hands. Or trying to meet with them one-on-one. If I haven't got a sample in their hands, I try to meet with them for coffee and say, hey, let's visit a little bit. I have something I think you're going to fall in love with. It's been a game changer for my family, and I would love to see you give this try for your family. Next, it's follow-up with current members. So people that are enrolled in your organization and connecting with them, getting to know them. Now, you might not necessarily be their immediate enroller, their enroller or sponsor, but you have somebody in your downline that has enrolled them or sponsored them that might not be doing necessarily what you're doing. They're not doing the business. So you might need to be connecting with them. In fact, I believe in connecting with all my members, even if I did not enroll them, because I want to get to know them and let them know that they have a support system with our organization. And so they have more than just one person to go to. Because when you get to know your members, you're building that relationship. And with Young Living, as you heard, it's a relationship business. It's about having what I want to call it, having that straight across the board, trusting relationship, knowing that they can come to you if they have questions, and they're not fearful to do that. They feel comfortable with you. You want them to get comfortable with you, because that's when you start really getting that relationship going. And when they feel confident in that relationship, they're going to be more apt to keep following you, keep coming to you, and you can start educating them and pointing them to resources. And that's when they get used to and learning the whole lifestyle of Young Living. So it's not just about oils. They start seeing the big picture of it. And usually they're on Essential Rewards once they have gotten to that point of confidence and that relationship and that support system. So follow-up is so key, you guys. When you think about it, put yourself in their shoes. When you signed up with Young Living, did you know exactly what to do with those oils? I know I didn't. And if I didn't have my person call me up and say this or that, I would have been totally lost, and I probably would have not taken the oils out of the box, or I might not have cracked the seal on all of them. They enrolled with you for a reason, or they are a part of your organization for a reason. They have there was some reason that they got started with oils. So it's really up to us to be their educator and to get that connection going, that relationship. Because we know Young Living is all about a relationship business. I tell you, I believe in follow-up every day. Connecting with one or two people in your organization every day, or your prospects every day. And keep sharing that. You're going to see a huge difference in your growth when you start doing follow-up. So I'm a big believer in doing it daily, even if you only have 15 minutes out of the day. Because when you start getting people educated and knowing the whole picture, the lifestyle of Young Living, they get on Essential Rewards, that's what gives you your check. That's what gives you the check each month. And you teaching them to share with others and how they can duplicate what you're doing. And not necessarily are they having to do the business, but at least you're showing them the importance of education and resources. So you guys, if I can say one thing here with your training, you know, all this stuff that Sarah's teaching you in this game plan book, and also what Julie's bringing at you with her knowledge and expertise, you're going to be above all the rest. You just have to put it into action now. You have to use what you've learned into action. Action creates your income. And for me, it's follow-up. All that other stuff is very important too, but you need to follow up. I have so many people that come to me and say, this is Business Builders now, and say, I don't want to sound pushy. I don't want to sound like a salesman. I feel like I'm interrupting them or interrupting their family time. You know what my response to them is? It's when you have that mindset of I'm going to be pushy or I'm going to sound like a salesperson, you are going to be that person then, because you already have it set in your mind. You will sound like that pushy person or that salesman. But if you go into the thought before that phone call or that follow-up that I'm calling them or I'm connecting with them because I care about them, and I want them to have the lifestyle, a better lifestyle, and not just for them, but for their whole entire family. It's because you care. When you go into the mindset of talking to this person or following up with this person, and that you care about them and that you're talking to them from your heart, that's when you really make the connection. That's when follow-up becomes easy. And people feel it, they hear it in your voice, and they know that you care. Because you guys, if you're not sharing and caring from your heart, people know that. You just have to get over that mindset. And I think that mind can take us into our fear. That mind can over control our actions. And it can be the barrier to growing your business. It truly can be a barrier. So next time when you know you have to prospect and follow up with that prospect, and you have to follow up with that member, I want you to do one action for me. And that is reevaluate your thoughts. What are you telling yourself? What is your mind saying? And if it's something negative, that I'm pushy, I'm a salesperson, I don't want to interrupt them, I want you to talk yourself out of that. I want you to change your mindset and say, you know what? I'm calling them because I care about them. I want them to know what I know. I want them to have the resources that I have. And you're telling yourself, I'm sharing because I am caring about them from my heart. Because you can hear that over the phone as well. If you're not even face to face with that person, they can feel that and hear that over the phone. So follow up doesn't need to be hard. It's about changing the way you think. And knowing that you're doing this for them. It's about them, not you. And you're building this relationship of trust and honesty. You guys, you got this. You got this. And I'm just very proud of all of you that are doing this training and sharing Young Living with others, making them and showing them a better life. So hats off to you guys. And I hope this has been helpful. And keep doing what you're doing and just take action. Consistency will be your key to this business. Consistency in all the things you're learning through Game Plan. You guys, best of luck, and I want to see you all as Royal Crown Diamonds.